tried to PMS, Pflugerville Middle School. Every morning I attempted to recreate Farrah Fawcett's gravity-defying wings. My eyelids were heavy with pink, blue, and white shadow which carefully contoured the windows of my preteen soul. On the way to the neighborhood bus stop, I promised myself that today would be different. I would not be plain. I would not sweat. My wings would remain intact as if carved out of solid gold. After arriving at school, we were told that there was to be a special assembly, and we were to go to Nurse Kimple. We were to go in there with Nurse Kimple. After arriving at school, we were told that there was to be a special assembly, and we went in there with Nurse Kimple. We went in there with Nurse Kimple. Mrs. Kimple patted her gigantic frosted hairdo and told us a lot of things. She patted her gigantic frosted hairdo and told us a lot of things. Girls, settle down, settle down. Today we're gonna learn about your womanhood and how babies are made. An explosion of giggles filled the room. My face was scarlet. I was sweating a lot. My wings had dropped into a landing position. Mrs. Kimple showed us a film strip about menses, menstruation, and the curse. We were not to be ashamed. This was a natural process. Flowers unabashedly bloomed on the slide presentation screen. We were shown how to deploy a feminine hygiene belt to hold what appeared to be 2 small pillows between our thighs. I cannot speak for the saxophone or trumpet section, but I can assure you that the woodwinds were terrified. After we were marginally informed about the changes that awaited us, Mrs. Kimple stood before us again. No one had any questions. She then gave us her speech about sex, boys, and the biggest fear of all at the time, pregnancy. Girls, keep your knees closed. Keep your knees closed, girls. That was it. That was sex ed for all of junior high. The 2 top chairs in the clarinet section and I did not understand Mrs. Kimple's sage advice, not at all. We were simple girls, studied hard, played our clarinets. We were early to student council meetings. I still thought Little Red Corvette was a song about a car. We promised ourselves right then and there to protect ourselves from past living, sex, and sin. As we walked back to our gifted and talented class, we pressed our knees together and waddled past the boys we thought were cute. We made up a song about Mrs. Kimple because she loved us so, and we loved her right back. Many of you might not remember, but a little band from Austria called Falco had a hit in the 80s called Der Kommissar, and this is just a snippet of our version. Don't pull them down, uh-oh! Zsa Nurse Kimple is in town, uh-oh! Mrs. Kimple dispensed large sanitary napkins from her tiny office next to the gym. If you were in real trouble, she had some loaner sweatpants you could borrow.